Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's. Oh, Lammy's here. Welcome to today's Big Brother 27 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all ready for eviction night. I know I am. I feel like this week has been dragging with a capital D. I see we have a lot of friends here today. Uh, Bricks 2024. Happy eviction night, baby. I know. Hoping Mickey goes home tonight, says Dawn. There's a good chance, right? Hey, Maria. I'm excited too. Hey, Sam. Hey, Lex. Madeline Dowd. Oh my God. Madeline says, just want to say I've been watching for 7 years and I'm obsessed with you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Hey, Christine. How's it going? Aja's in the house. William, Muse fan forever. Aw, Christine says, loved your recap from last night. I could barely watch the episode directly, so your recap was the dose of humor I needed. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun with it. I feel like we've been getting really goofy lately, but it's been a good time. We've been enjoying it. So, all right, let's get into it. When we left, no, our house guest of the day. No. Our house guest of the day. We have Jack D 65. We have Latasha Allen and we have Linda Euler. Thank you all so much for watching along with us. We appreciate you all so much. And all three of these wonderful people have been watching for a while. So thank you all for sticking with us. And if you guys would like to be house guests of the day, just send us an email to madrosed@gmail.com and we will get you on the list. Just make sure you put house guest of the day in the subject line. Yay! All right. So when we left off yesterday, Ashley, Mickey, and Vince are up on the block, and eviction time was quickly approaching. Ashley was looking the most safe out of all of the nominees. Mickey, the most in danger. Uh-oh. So Vince was out on the campaign trail yesterday. We talked about this. He knows that Ava's vote is going to be crucial for him if it is Vince versus Ashley up on the block. And Vince did a really good job of pissing Ava off. He was campaigning to her and he told her if he won HOH, he would put up Keanu and Kelly. And Ava was not satisfied with this answer. She felt like Vince was just telling her what he thought she wanted to hear. And she knows that he has told other people that he would target Rachel. Lammy just booked down the stairs. So she felt like he was lying to him. To her. I'm losing my mind. She felt like he was lying to her. Okay. So after that conversation, Ava was ranting to Lauren about what a liar Vinny the Lip is. She's like, I'm sorry, Lauren. I know you're close with Vinny, but I can't trust him. I can't vote for him to stay over Ashley. Ashley has had my back. Vince put me up on the block. Vince is a liar. He will do anything he can to stay in this house. So I don't think so. So another focus of Vince's campaigning was asking people to tell Mickey that they're voting to keep her, even though they're not. He wants everyone to make Mickey feel comfortable because Mickey had told Vince that if she thinks she has the votes locked in to stay, she won't try as hard to win the Blockbuster competition. She won't like outright throw it, but she will not be trying her hardest to win because she wouldn't want to have to choose between Vince and Ashley because she says people would be mad at her no matter which way she votes. She cannot be serious about throwing this competition, right? I'm sorry, like that's insane. Because if she throws this competition and she stays on the block, she's gone. And it's not even going to be close. So she can't be serious right now. But like she's that delulu that she thinks she actually has the votes. She also could just be blowing smoke up his ass. But I think no matter what, she does think that she has the votes. So Morgan, Ashley, and Rachel, they're all extra pissed at Mickey because Mickey has told Ashley, I'd vote to keep you. She's told Vince, I would vote to keep you. So she's clearly lying to someone, right? And Ashley and Rachel are especially pissed because they're like, even if Mickey would vote to keep Ashley, why would she lie like that? Why would she lie and say that she's going to vote to keep Vince? Because now Ashley and Rachel are super paranoid. They're wondering if they can trust Mickey at this point. So Mickey's in a really bad spot right now. But yesterday afternoon, Rachel was studying in the gym with her cough drops, going over all the dates for future competitions. And she's talking to the camera and she's like, am I terrified of being a target for the next 7 evictions? Yes. She says, I'm not sure how I'm going to survive it. She knows that now that they're getting into the jury phase of the game, the blockbuster is presumably going to go away. We're going to go back to only 2 nominees at a time. She knows this is when people are going to want to strike at her. They're going to want to take that shot. But she says, if I study enough and I work out enough, there is a possibility that I could stay in the game. She says, I really just need to win competitions. I need to lock in and win. And she says, and this broke my heart. She said, live feeders at home. I'm not sure if you even like me these days, but I'm trying my best. And she says, this game has been very crazy. Rachel, oh my God. I think she's going to be very pleased after she leaves this house because she's going to see how many people have been rooting for her this season. We love you, Rachel. I know some of you don't, but like a lot of us do. And I just feel like it's been a joy to watch her come back and play this game again now that she is 40 and not 25. She's lived a lot more life. She's learned a lot. And I just feel like it's so cool to watch how she's grown as a person and as a player because I do feel like her gameplay has improved so much. And also just her love of the game, especially when you compare her to some of these house guests who couldn't even be bothered to watch more than like 5 episodes before they rolled into this house. She loves this game. So I'm really happy that she came back. But anyway, Ava was chatting with Lauren again about Vinny the Lip and his lies. And Ava was saying, my chat with Vince made my decision very easy here. She says, he's got to go. Ava still cannot believe that Vince was telling her he would put Keanu and Kelly up on the block. She says, there's no way he would do that. And Lawrence is like, Lawrence says, yeah, I don't think he would do that either. I don't know why he said that. I don't know why he does the things he does, says the things he says. Lauren must just be exhausted from having to like deal with Vince and try to be his ally. But to be fair, he has proven to her many times why she should not be working with him. She keeps going back. So Ava says Vince has either been lying to me or he's been lying to you, which would piss me off even more if he's been lying to you. So Ava then starts talking about some of the other messed up things that Vince has done. I mean, things that she wouldn't expect him to do. He put Catherine up on the block last week. He voted out Riley when he was supposed to be super close to him. So she's like, maybe he really would put up Kelly and Keanu. I don't know. The things that he does just like don't make sense. So again, she's telling Lauren, I'm sorry, but I don't want to keep the kid in the house. So then Lauren's asking, well, what do you do if it's Vince versus Mickey? And Ava says, oh, I'd vote out Mickey. After all that. So like she's done with Vince, but she's done with Mickey. She's had enough of Mickey. So if it is Vince and Mickey, she's voting out Mickey. But if it's Vince and Ashley, she's voting out Vince. So Ava is also telling Lauren, you really need to stop cleaning up Vince's messes. He is a 34-year-old man. And she's like, you're a very nice person. You don't deserve this. Like a tiger doesn't change its stripes. You shouldn't be cleaning up after him for real. I mean, if the roles were reversed, no. Vince would throw Lauren under the bus in a heartbeat to advance his own game. He would have been fine with Lauren going up this week and her going instead of him. He would have been totally fine with that. The problem was Keanu didn't want to do that to Lauren. Keanu didn't want to take out one of his own numbers like that. But if Keanu went along with it, Vince 100% would have been on board, which is so sad. But a little later, Morgan and Vince chat, and Morgan confirms she talked to Mickey, and Mickey had also told her she will not try as hard in the Blockbuster competition if she can confirm she has the votes to stay. So Mickey is saying, if I vote out Ashley, Rachel and Will are both going to be mad at me. But if I vote out Vince, Morgan is going to be pissed at me. So again, she's like stuck between the two nominees. She doesn't want to have to show her cards and make a decision. So Morgan says Mickey is under the impression that she has votes from me, Rachel, Ashley, Will, Ava, Kelly, and she does not have all those votes. But Morgan says, I don't even have to lie to her about my vote because even if I were to vote for Vince to stay, which is absolutely what she would do, she says that Mickey wouldn't even need mine. She still thinks that she has at least 5, and you only need 4 to stay this week. So Morgan also brings up she suspects that Mickey wants Ashley to go so that Will would be closer to her, right? Ashley's out of the picture. Mickey can have Will. Not really all to herself because Will's also really close to Ava, but at least she would be closer to Will at that point. Closer than she is now. Let's say that. But Morgan tells Vince, do not rely on that. Don't get comfortable. You got to win this Blockbuster competition. All right. So last night, Rachel was feeling really nervous for Ashley because it's circulating around the house that Mickey has promised her vote to Vince. So Rachel is talking to Will in the wine room, and Rachel is nervous that if it's Vince versus Ashley, Mickey will vote Ashley out, and that will be enough to flip things because right now Ashley would have Rachel, Will, and Ava, but she needs Mickey's vote in order to stay against Vince. So Rachel says Mickey could ruin this whole thing for us. So they agree they're going to be pissed at Mickey if she votes against Ashley. They would not even want to talk to her anymore. Will especially was like, I don't think so. So Rachel, another thing that's making her really nervous is how calm and comfortable Morgan seems. Shouldn't she be like freaking out right now that Vince could potentially be going? I think Morgan is just like Delulu. I don't know. I think Morgan is also just living in this world, like manifesting a Vince Blockbuster win so he won't even like face the vote. I don't know. But she has been keeping it together surprisingly well. I think she's just like willing it that Vince won't go. But if he's up against Ashley, I don't know. But it's making Rachel nervous that Morgan is not freaking out. And she's wondering, would Mickey actually vote Ashley out? I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. But the rest of last night, Morgan let Ashley and Rachel know about how Mickey is saying she will throw or just not try as hard in the Blockbuster competition if she thinks she has the votes. Everybody is so mad at her. Ashley does believe that Mickey said that, but she isn't sure if she's serious about it. None of us are. Because I mean, like, just yesterday, we saw that clip on the show where she was talking about how she would have not used the veto if she won. So, like, and she seemed serious about that. So there's no telling what she would actually do. But they're realizing this is all adding up because if Mickey is promising her vote to both Ashley and Vince, she's backed herself into a corner. Right? So, like, it makes sense why she's saying she wouldn't want to win the competition so that she wouldn't have to cast that vote and, like, show some cards. However, what she doesn't realize is if she stays on the block, she will be leaving in a landslide, possibly even unanimously. It really could be. Yikes. So, yeah, last night, another thing, Kelly was still trying to convince both Lauren and Keanu that Ashley should be the one to go instead of Mickey if the two of them are up there because she says Ashley is a number for Rachel. It all comes down to Rachel for Kelly. She's obsessed. She's obsessed with her. And the big question here is like, where would the 4th vote come from? Because they would really only have Kelly, Lauren, and Vince. Like, Kelly doesn't seem to realize you need votes to make things happen. But even aside from that, Lauren and Keanu were like, no, I think Mickey should be the one to go anyway. She's more dangerous in this game. And Kelly's like, well, I just hate how comfortable Ashley is in this house. She's being carried through this game, and it's not fair. She just doesn't understand, like, Ashley is playing a social game. It's not all about competition wins. But Keanu says Mickey is better in the comps than Ashley. She has more of a desire to win. She's more competitive. So she has to be the one to go this week. All right. One more thing from last night. The have nots got to eat at midnight. Yay. Okay. So now let's talk about today. Before the feeds went down for the HOH lockdown this morning, Rachel and Ashley, they're still super worried that Mickey would potentially vote for Ashley to go if she's up next to Vince. So Rachel and Ashley were talking about how if Mickey does win the Blockbuster competition tonight, they might need to blow up the house to make sure that Ashley stays. So they were talking about how they would pull Mickey aside during that little 2-minute interlude after the Blockbuster, but before the vote, and they would throw Vince and Morgan under the bus to Mickey. So I don't know the specifics of what they would say to her. I don't know if it would be all about the trash that Vince and Morgan have talked about her. I don't know if they would bring up the Judges Alliance. I'm not sure what exactly they're planning on telling her. But but yeah, they might be spilling some info. Interesting. Yeah, so then let's talk about the Blockbuster competition tonight. Julie did post a preview of that. So it's going to be each competitor in one of those like air chambers where like the air is blowing up. You know, like those things where you step in, you can like grab the money that's like flying around in the air. They're going to be in those, but instead of money flying around, it's going to be all these different colored balls. And you have to catch the balls and stack them in your little tube to match up with the color on the tube. So they'll have like, okay, you need like 3 yellow, you need 1 blue, you need 2 red. So you have to follow the pattern in the tube. So they did something like this last season, but this mechanic, if I remember correctly, is a little bit different. But this is another equitable competition. Anybody could win this. So that's exciting. I don't know who it's gonna be, but yeah, one of the nominees, Ashley, Mickey, or Vince, will be safe as a result of this competition. Is Mickey gonna throw this? Oh my god. Let's look at the scenarios. If she actually throws this, that's insane because Mickey is out unless she wins. She will be voted out if she does not win this Blockbuster competition. And then if it's Ashley versus Vince, I'm not sure how Mickey would vote. I would like to think that she would keep Ashley, but you never know what she's going to do. I am leaning towards her keeping Ashley, but who knows? Should be very interesting tonight. Also, the mastermind returns tonight with a special decree for the house guests. And I'm feeling more and more like they're going to be splitting the house again, like Direfest. They're going to have half of the house guests living outside for the week, not allowed to go in the house, and then half of them staying inside and being all comfortable. And then at the end of the week, I'm thinking one house guest will be evicted from each group because Julie tweeted just a little while ago. Sometimes it's as if people are watching 2 different shows. Now, this could be commentary on like live feed viewers versus casual viewers. But I feel like she wouldn't be saying that unless it was part of this twist because usually Julie's little messages actually have like some meaning here. So I'm leaning more and more towards it being a Direfest situation, which should be interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's not that at all. Who knows? But also in the tweet, she had the upside down face emoji and the popcorn emoji. So do with that what you will. Yeah. Amy says, "Oh, I hope not. It's torture to watch the live feeds when they're all outside. Plus, there's not much game talk because they can't get away from everyone." Yeah, I do agree that when they split the house like this, or even when they had everybody outside for Janky World last year, as much as I love Janky, it really does kind of bring things to a halt because there are just not that many places outside to talk game. You got everybody all up in everybody else's grill. Um, it will slow things down most likely if that is the case, but we'll see what happens. But it is an interesting way to do a double eviction because it's also going to depend on how the house is split. Because I feel like, if I remember correctly, when they did Direfest, they had like a schoolyard pick and they got to choose who was inside and who was outside. I don't know. I mean, you have some people that may be safe if they're with everyone, but if they split the house the right way, maybe that person is vulnerable. We don't know, but we'll see what happens. So, I want to thank you all so much for being here. And I want to give a special thanks to our super chatters. I know this one was a little short today, but there was just like not that much going on, or it was like really repetitive stuff. But Shane Wright, thank you so much. Shane says, I want Mickey to win the Blockbuster so Vince can go. I agree. That is my ideal scenario. As much as I'm tired of Mickey, I'm exhausted by Vince. So I would love to see Vince go. And I think the only scenario that happens is if he's up against Ashley. Connor Benson, thank you so much. Connor says, based on the teaser from the Blockbuster from Julie, Vince has a good chance to win that. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's gonna freak out. I don't know if he's gonna win that one. I mean, everybody has an equal shot, right? But like, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be able to lock in. But Connor says, if that's the case, someone needs to break up the duo of Vince slash Morgan. Seriously, they do need to be broken up for sure. And do we think it's really a split house twist? Rumors, rumors. I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards, but they could totally just be leading us astray, right? Thank you again to Connor. Carla Seabug S, thank you so much. Carla says, no question, Eaton's, just thanks. Wait, what's Eaton's? Thank you so much, Carla. Wait, I don't know what that means though. Maybe I misinterpreted that. I don't know. Thank you. Connor says, and if Rachel can survive whatever comes her way and can successfully get Kelly out, I will be doing the Ava and Ashley dance in the street. Yes. Are you going to start reading the Bible? Seriously, though, if she can get Kelly out of here, that is going to be huge for Rachel's game. Yes. Thank you again, Connor. Michael Grossman, thank you so much. Michael says, thanks for the updates. My job has a new person named Ashley, and I said Ashley the same way you say it when you impersonate Ava. I always say it Ashley now when I'm just like not thinking because Ava has influenced me that much. But say hello to Ashley for us. Thank you again, Michael. And Sean Davis, thank you so much. Sean says, happy eviction day. Yay! CBS needs to show the crazy parts of the show. Kelly being a villain, the cringe shower scene between Vince and Morgan, Mean Girl Lauren, Will for AFP. Yeah, I feel like we have not seen an accurate edit of Kelly. They have been very kind to her. And I don't know why, because she says some really messed up shit. But yeah, it would be nice to see a little more accuracy with that for sure. And Will for America's Favorite, I would love that. I've been enjoying Will so much. Me and my mom were actually just talking about that earlier, how much we've been enjoying him this season. I wish he would be a little more influential in the game because I feel like he has really good reads and really good ideas, but he's definitely been taking more of a backseat approach. But I'm hoping now that the jury portion of the game will be starting, he'll like step it up a bit because I really like him. But all right. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you later. Oh, that was a typo from Carla. No worries, Carla. We will see you all later for the episode recap. So have a great evening. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody. Bye.